The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has charged the state's Independent Electoral Commission, SIECS, to conduct proper elections and end the coronation of candidates. Professor Mahmood made the statement while receiving the executive members of the Forum of State Independent Electoral Commissions, FOSICOM, during a courtesy visit. The INEC chairman noted that despite efforts over the years to encourage SIECS to maintain their independence, local government elections in most states have become mere formalities.
Both INEC and the State Independent Electoral Commissions are creations of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. The conduct of local government elections is fundamental to the proper functioning of our democracy. In fact, Sections 153 and 197 of the Constitution establish INEC and the SIECS as two distinct and independent bodies with powers under the third schedule, Part 1 and Part 2, to organize, undertake, and supervise elections. Unfortunately, the conduct of local government elections in virtually all the states of the Federation has become mere coronation of candidates of the ruling parties. It is time to stop the coronation and conduct proper elections. State governors should allow the state independent electoral commissions to have greater capacity for independent action. Many of the state electoral commissions have no functional offices in the local government areas in their states and cannot recruit their own permanent staff. In some states, the state electoral commissions are either not properly constituted, have no security or tenure, or their critical functions have been taken over by government officials. Some state independent electoral commissions are only constituted on the eve of elections and dissolved thereafter. They are also severely under-resourced to the extent that some of them rely on INEC even for basic facilities such as ballot boxes and voting cubicles.
Mahmood clarified the public and stakeholders' confusion, explaining that while SIECS conduct elections for 768 local government chairmen and 8,747 councillors across Nigeria, INEC is responsible for elections in the Federal Capital Territory, covering 6 area council chairmen and 62 councillors.
While SIECS are responsible for the conduct of local government elections for chairmen and councillors, INEC conducts all other executive and legislative polls, from presidential and governorship to national and state legislative elections. Our mandates are therefore clearly defined by the Constitution. However, INEC is also empowered by Section 98 of the Electoral Act 2022 to conduct local government or area council elections in the Federal Capital Territory. Realizing our shared responsibility for the conduct of democratic elections in Nigeria and the challenges faced by the state independent electoral commissions in carrying out their mandates, INEC encouraged the establishment of FOSICOM in a genuine effort to foster partnership for credible elections in Nigeria. Over the years, attempts were made to encourage the SIECS to maintain their independence. We signed an MOU under which assistance in the form of training, provision of some facilities, the institutionalization of the culture of planning through the development of strategic plan, holding regular meetings with stakeholders, encouraging the state independent electoral commissions to participate in our retreats, and accrediting your officials to observe our elections. Consequently, many Nigerians mistake the SIECS for INEC. Indeed, even some of the stakeholders, including candidates for local government elections, call the SIECS State INEC. This situation has forced us to reconsider some aspects of our relationship with the state electoral commissions. Our support is now largely restricted to the voters register as provided by the Constitution. INEC cannot shoulder its own extensive responsibilities and at the same time extend almost limitless support to other independent electoral commissions for elections that fall outside our mandate and across the country from our lead federal party.
The FOSICOM delegation, led by Chief Barrister Josie Chibundueze, chairman of the Mboyi State Independent Electoral Commission, emphasized the constitutional mandates of both INEC and SIECS in conducting various elections.
Not to effectively operate with a strategic plan that captures current and emerging issues in election. Support for true independence of SIECS. We hereby register appreciation of INEC's support to the struggle of SIECS towards financial independence. We strongly believe that our financial independence is not only achievable, but a sine qua non for various local government elections in Nigeria. FOSICOM has again recently submitted a memorandum to the National Assembly Committee on Constitutional Amendments. We solicit INEC to throw its weight behind our quest for true independence. In truth, the experience garnered over time has greatly enhanced SIECS' capacity and disposition in our election management. It is our hope that our legal framework and capacity will continue to develop, especially in the area of electronic voting system. Once again, may I also appreciate you, Honorable Chairman, for creating time with your commissioners to receive us. And I assure you that the forum and our members are ready and willing for continued cooperation in the service of the nation through various election management.
Professor Mahmood noted that INEC will continue to work towards electoral reform and explore on all legal avenues to improve the conduct of local government elections in Nigeria.